Shalom, Shalom Israel, Shalom. Glad to be out here on the Sabbath day doing the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahawah. It's my first lesson on this channel, on this brand new channel that I just made. And obviously I'm privileged to be doing the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahawah, waking up with a lot of our people, making them know who they are as to how the scriptures and the Bible permits them, waking up a lot of our people to their true heritage, nationality, race, lineage, and who they are as a people. We are the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible talks about, the Native Americans, the so-called Hispanics, the so-called blacks, Latinos. They are the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel, the people of the book, So obviously, Yahawah giving me that grace and that privilege to come out here and do the work. So obviously I'm going to give all praises, glory and honor to Yahawah, Baal Shem, Yahawah Shai, Yahawah, Rakah, Kadash. And obviously I've got to give a massive shout out to the brothers in and around the globe, the four corners of the earth that are preaching the word successfully and obviously waking up a lot of our people, teaching correct doctrines, how the Bible and the scriptures permit them to do so, and it's obviously having a massive influence every passing day. The prophecy of Ezekiel chapter 37, where the two sticks being joined into one, aka the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom being combined into one, the house of Israel being restored as we are in the last days. Every second, every passing minute, every passing hour, every passing day, a lot of our people waking up, and more of our people are starting to recognize who they are in this dreadful captivity that we're currently in, So the subject that I wanted to preach forth is having a peace of mind. And the reason why I want to bring forth this lesson is because a lot of our people, whether they're in the truth or out the truth, a lot of brothers and sisters are obviously not in a peace of mind, And obviously there are many contributing factors as to why that is the case. And, it could be the people that they surround themselves with, the environment that they're in, maybe the job that they do, or, it's just a case where the fact of the matter is a lot of our people don't have a peace of mind. And even those that are in the truth, even those that are in camps, wherever it may be, whether it's in the UK, America, a lot of brothers obviously preaching forth the word, but at the same time their spirit's not right, their mind's not right, And also it's important that when we are doing the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahawah, that our spirit is sound. Our spirit is sound, our heart is clean, our mind is also clean as well. Because last thing you want is to act like hypocrites, where we're doing the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahawah, but yet we still have a lot of demons that are impeding our progress in terms of building a spiritual connection towards Yahawah Hashem Yahawah, And obviously, in order to do that, in order to build a substantial relationship with Yahawah Hashem Yahawah, our spirit's got to be clean. We've got to have a clean heart. We've got to have a clean mind, So it's essential that we do have a peace of mind even under captivity, because it's despite the condition that we're in, and obviously we are a cursed people, but at the same time, even despite us being cursed, but we are the most peculiar people, we are the most holy people, because Yahawah, of all nations of the face of the earth, has chosen Israel to be a special people unto himself. So obviously, bearing in mind that we have Yahawah as our God, it's obviously very important to acknowledge that he's with us no matter what. Whether it's a rainy day, a stormy day, or whether you're having a very bad day, just know that Yahawah's got your back. Yahawah Hashem Yahawah's got your back. And obviously, how do we acknowledge peace? How do we seek peace? But also turn into the word, turn into the scriptures. And obviously, a lot of our people try to seek peace by doing things that are unlawful, doing things that are pleasurable. But what's pleasurable more often than not to the flesh is very impeding to our spirit. It's also not something that Yahawah would permit, That's why the word says not to be of this world. That's why as people of the Most High Yahawah Hashem Yahawah, we've got to recognize who we are. And this is our culture right here. This is a history book containing law, statutes, commandments, It's also a history book as well. It acknowledges how our people were back in ancient times. Like we are the descendants of the people of this book, so we need to acknowledge this. But this is the way that we seek peace. Stop trying to consult people. Just stop trying to consult people. That's what people have to do, consulting people, and obviously, just doing things that don't really benefit them in the long run. They think medication's the answer. They think going to these doctors, these therapists are the answer. But the answer is actually in this book. Once you recognize who you are as a person, and as a people, as a nation, you'll start to realize that, you know what, more and more peace will come into your mind every passing day the more you read this word. You know, so the first precept I want to bring out is Matthew 5, from 5 to 8. So this it's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and starting at verse 5. And it reads, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." So it says, blessed are those that are pure in heart, for they shall see God. So this is why it's important that we do have a peace of mind, you know, because it says that those that are pure in heart. So if your heart's not pure, you're not going to see Yahawah. So we can't have corruptible spirits, you know, demonic spirits that essentially impede our growth with Yahawah and expect to receive the kingdom, be part of the elect. You know, that's not how it works. We got to make sure our spirit's right and our clean and our heart, you know, got to make sure our heart is right, our spirit, our mind is at peace. Now, don't get me wrong, given the fact that we are in captivity, I'm not going to make it seem like we're going to 100% be at peace, because that's almost impossible. Because remember, we're not on top right now. We're in Esau's kingdom. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. But at the same time, despite us being at the bottom, we need to find a way to seek peace. And like I said, seeking peace is obviously with this book right here, you know. And just to quickly speak about my experience, because obviously, like I said at the start of this video, that there are many contributing factors as to what brings demonic spirits inside of us, and also there are many contributing factors as to why we're not at peace, you know. Reason why our heart is troubled and our mind is troubled. And, you know, like I said, things like the job that we do, the people we surround ourselves with, the environment that we're in as well, you know. And also, if I speak about my experience as well, because obviously I'm someone that does football refereeing, okay. I used to regularly referee on a Sunday, and obviously the job is a very, very dirty job. You know, and as referees, we endure a lot of verbal abuse. We receive a lot of threats. A lot of us are subject to physical violence. And now I have the privilege to turn around and say I have not been a victim of violence, but at the same time, I have been threatened and I have been confronted in a sense where people wanted to hit me. But you know what? And there's a case where, and what that's actually done is as well, that's actually caused trouble in my heart as well. And my mind has not been at peace, because there'll be lots of times where when I'm refereeing consistently on a Sunday and I'm receiving all these threats and abuse, it's taking a toll on my spiritual growth towards Yahawah Hashem Yahushai, because is it more often than not, I'm constantly angry in my mind, I'm angry in my heart, I'm just thinking of indulging in violence. I just want to hurt people, I just want to do something that's unlawful, something that could completely impede me from being part of the elect, you know, the 144,000, you know. So it's little things like that. So if you have an opportunity to completely alleviate yourself from things that are not bringing peace into life, you gotta let it go, you know. Because same way I had to leave refereeing on a Sunday because it was causing me to be angry and not being at peace. So, you know, sometimes in life we gotta make big decisions, and we gotta make decisions that are beneficial for us, you know, especially when it comes to our spiritual growth. We gotta make sure we gotta seek what's best practice for us, you know, and we can't just continuously just indulge in something where it's not causing our mind to be right, you know. And this is why a lot of people commit suicide, you know, because their mind's not right and they ain't got people to consult, like the right people to consult, people of the Lord, you know. And unfortunately, this is a lot of our people, because our people just want to acknowledge everything but besides the book. And again, this book is who we are. This is our book. This is not a worldly book. This specific book belongs to a specific group of people, one specific nation, and that's the nation of Israel. Okay? So this is what we need to bear in mind as a people. You know, we need to seek Yahawah, because he's the key to unlocking 1,000,000 doors. In fact, countless doors. Never mind 1,000,000 doors, countless doors. Metaphorically speaking, obviously. You know, and once you again alleviate yourself from things that are causing causing your spirit to be troubled. It does help massively, because I must say, ever since I stopped refereeing on the Sunday, surrounding myself with people that have like very, very bad spirits within them, it's helped massively. I felt more rejuvenated. I felt more light on my feet. I just felt a lot better. And I'm always glad to do the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahushai, but just after leaving Sunday football and obviously doing things that are more stress relieving, it's brought peace to my life. Not 100%, because like I said, we can't be 100% peaceful in this kingdom, because this ain't our kingdom. But nevertheless, it does help massively, And like I said, a lot of brothers that are in these camps, a lot of brothers that are, preaching the word of Yahawah, yes, they're doing the work, but at the same time, the spirit's not clean, because, they're not at peace of mind. And, it's a case where they don't want to help themselves by trying to seek peace, And this is something they've got to do, because remember, we are close to the end. We are very close to the end, so we got to make sure that our heart is right, and everything is almost 100%. Okay, so bear that in mind. So blessed are those that are pure in heart, for they shall see Yahawah. So you got to be pure in heart. Obviously, blessed are they which thirst and hunger after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And obviously, in order to have these qualities, you've got to have a peace of mind and a clean heart, because there's no way you can have these qualities and your spirit's not right within you. So this is why it's concretely important that you seek peace in your life, all right? So please just bear that in mind, Israel. Next precept, I'll bring out Psalms 34 and verse 14. So it says, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 14. And it reads, "Depart from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it." So that's King David right there saying, listen, you got to depart from evil, do good, seek peace and pursue it. Like I said, as Israel, as a nation, this is what we need to do. We need to seek peace, all right? Seek peace by acknowledging the word. Seek peace by acknowledging Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. Seek peace by praying, by fasting, making supplications, if anything, and just acknowledge Yahawah Hashem Yahushai with all your heart and mind, because he's the one that's going to bring you forth peace. Because what a lot of our brothers and sisters are doing is that they're seeking our enemies. They're seeking our enemies for peace. That's why we're marching around saying, oh, all Black Lives Matter this, all Black Lives Matter that. They're going to Esau trying to seek equality. They want equality from all other races and nations out there. But then yet they don't want no unity or equality within their own race and their own nation. That doesn't make any sense. Okay? Because again, they're seeking Esau. They want to be treated right. They want to be treated equally. Alright? And that it doesn't make any logical sense, because they're our enemies. They're not trying to give us a helping hand, because they know who we are. They know that we are Yahawah Hashem Yahushai's people. They don't want our minds to be at peace. They don't want our hearts to be clean, because they know that we are a special people. We know we are a dangerous people. We know that we are a mighty people. They know that we are a holy people, and they want us to be subdivided. Okay, they want our hearts to be corrupt. They want our minds to be corrupt, because they don't want us unifying together. Because once we come together as a nation, it's a wrap for Esau and his kingdom. It's already a wrap as it is, because like I said, we're in the last days. But the fact of the matter is, we need to draw closer towards ourselves. We need to form a bond with fellow brothers and sisters. Acknowledge who we are as a nation and as a people. That way, it will contribute to peace being enjoyed in your life. Okay? Stop seeking validation from other nations. It doesn't make sense. They're not going to bring you peace. They're not going to give you peace, okay? Because they don't like us as a people. We are a very hated people. We're a hated nation. So this is why we need to learn to rise above hate. Okay, rise above hate, and obviously, you know, seek Yahawah as your shield and buckler. Okay, and obviously and that will, again, it will bring peace to your life. So stop seeking validation from people that can't give us salvation. That's not going to bring us peace. That's not going to do us anything. Okay, so this is what we need to bear in mind as a people. Job, the second other precept I want to bring out is Job chapter 5 and verse 2. So it's the book of Job chapter 5 and verse 2. For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. Okay, so it says, for wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. And a lot of our people are full of wrath and full of envy. And this doesn't contribute to bringing peace into your life, because a lot of our brothers and sisters are envious and, you know, and endure a lot of wrath towards one another. Which, again, is just subdividing. You're dividing yourself against your own people, and you're not gonna have peace by doing that. And again, you know, it's foolish to have such negative qualities, because it's only going to impede you. And this is why, even though sometimes we'll be angry towards people, towards our enemies, as a matter of fact, some of us constantly remind Esau how he's going to get destroyed, how he's the devil that the Bible talks about and everything. Yes, of course, we understand that. But at the same time, when you're constantly repeating yourself and constantly reminding Esau that he's the devil that the Bible talks about, it ain't really doing you much favor, because you're just exerting nothing but maliciousness and anger and rage. And it's not therapy when you do such a thing, because, you know, the more you do that, the more momentum you're going to build from doing that. And you're just going to keep going on and on and on. And then, yes, but the fact of the matter is, yeah, we know what Esau is. Okay, we know what's going to happen to Esau, but at the same time, what are you doing to make sure that your spiritual connection to the Most High is at a substantial level? What are you doing to make sure that your heart is clean and that your mind is at a peace of mind? Okay, that's what you got to ask yourself. And every passing day, as we're in the last days, is about self-improvement. You know, we got to make sure we improve, because it's fine margins out here. Because remember, the ultimate goal is to get into the kingdom of heaven, to be part of that 144,000 elect. And little things can cost us from getting into the kingdom, okay? So this is one of them. Okay, so we gotta make sure that we self-improve, that diligently seek the word and not in vain. Okay? Make sure we diligently seek the word. And acknowledge who we are as a people, and stop, you know, vomiting a lot of like rage and anger, because it killeth. That's what the book of Job just says. I don't read out of my own intellect. I only read about what the Bible says, and I'm just a messenger. Okay? So this is why we need to let go of negative qualities. Okay? Let go of negative qualities and try and seek peace. Seek peace, pursue it forever. Pursue it continuously. Alright? Another precept is Leviticus 19 and 18. So I'm going to go to that. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord Yahawah power. And this is something that obviously impedes people's spiritual growth also. It's the fact that they are very envious. They hold grudges against their fellow brethren and neighbors, you know, and obviously it's a sin to do that as far as the word is concerned, all right? And a lot of people are just very angry towards one another. A lot of people are just angry in general, okay? And don't get me wrong, these are not just us ourselves doing this. These are demons inside us. You know, these are demons, and we need to alleviate these demons, okay? Because it does not help. It does not help with our spiritual growth. And you know, and like I said, as a people, we need to come together. Because when we come together, that's when obviously, and we acknowledge who we are in the scriptures. Then yeah, your mind's gonna be more at peace. Your mind's gonna be more at peace. Okay, so this is what we need to take into account. Stop holding grudges against your fellow brethren. All right, stop holding grudges against your fellow brethren, and just stop being so angry in general. Because when you actually read the word, and you see a lot of beautiful poetry and beautiful words that are in this book, especially like the book of Proverbs with King Solomon, you know, and even the Songs of Solomon, because Solomon was also very good when it came to poetry, you know. He's very good when it came to parables and also Proverbs as well. He was very good when it came to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So I would heavily suggest a lot of brothers and sisters read the book of Proverbs, the Songs of Solomon, even read the Wisdom of Solomon as well, and the book of Ecclesiasticus, because that does help a lot, because King Solomon does drop a lot of game in those respective books. So please just read those books is what I advise you. And even read the whole 66 books in this book, and also read the Apocrypha as well, just in general, but specifically those books, because those books obviously does help bring peace into your life, you know. And again, stop being hateful and holding grudges against your fellow brethren, all right? Because that does not help with peace. It just makes it far, far worse. Next precept I'm going to bring out is Romans 8 and 6. Book of Romans chapter 8, the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 6, and it reads, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace." So I'm going to read that again. Romans 8 and 6. "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace." So, you know, that pretty much backs up what I've been saying, you know. When you're spiritual, you're going to, you know, you're going to enjoy nothing but peace, and obviously you're going to exert nothing but peace, all right, and sweetness in your life. And also, how do we do that? By reading the word, and also come together as a people, acknowledge your brothers and sisters, and also stop being bitter towards them and hateful towards them. Forget what they've done towards you. If they've done something bad to you, just let it go. Because when you hold a grudge, it's a massive burden on you. Because think of it like walking or running with a gorilla or a fridge on your back. You know, it's also going to be a massive burden. It's going to be almost impossible to do such a thing. Same way with holding grudges and being hateful. You know, whether it's towards your enemies or whether it's towards fellow brothers and sisters. You know, it's a massive burden within your heart, and that's the barrier that's stopping you from getting to the kingdom of heaven. You know, that could be one of the contributing factors. So you got to be spiritual, because that's what brings peace. That's what Paul the Apostle says. You know, and obviously when we're doing the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahushai, we got to be, you know, we got to be happy. We got to be joyful, because we are Yahawah's messengers. And also the case where we got to acknowledge that, you know, that Yahawah has chosen us to supply the truth, knowledge, wisdom, understanding to us, to acknowledge that who we are as a people, okay? And this is a privilege that the whole world cannot receive, okay? Because even Yahawah Shai said it himself when he told Peter in relation to the parables. Peter asked him, how come those speakers in parables? Because the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven is given unto thee, but unto them is not given. So when we do acknowledge, so once you have the privilege to acknowledge who you are in the scriptures, and acknowledge the truth, the wickedness of this world, and the actual truth of the Bible, and who we are as a people, you just gotta thank Yahawah, because he's the one that's you know, made us see the light. He's the one that's opened the light in our eyes. So we got to repay the favor to Yahawah Hashem Yahshua by being peaceful, having a clean spirit, having a clean heart, clean mind. Okay, so we can't disrespect Yahawah by continuously being envious and being hateful, being bitter towards one another, especially when it's given the privilege to acknowledge who you are as an individual or who you are as a people. Because remember, what we got to take into account is that when we were in captivity in the Roman Empire, the Babylonian Empire, Assyrian captivity, the Egyptian captivity, which by the way was our first captivity, and the Greek captivity, and obviously this captivity right here. In all those captivities that I just mentioned, we knew who we were as a people. Our forefathers and foremothers knew that we were the Hebrew Israelites. It's just this captivity, we just don't acknowledge who we are as a people, all right? And it's obviously a lot of our brothers and sisters are waking up and not acknowledging who we are as a people, okay? So yeah, this is the one captivity where generally we don't know who we are as a people. But obviously, if you want to go out and do the work, and obviously wake up a lot of our people and make them acknowledge who we are as a people, you know, we got to do it joyfully. We got to do it with gladness, okay? We can't just do it forcefully, all right? And if you're not at peace, you're not in the correct mind frame, you're going to be constantly angry, especially when doing the word. So, like I said, this is why we need to seek peace, acknowledge peace. And also, it's a case where, because when I'm out doing the work, and also I'm out when I'm out with my fellow brethren doing the work, waking up a lot of our people, I'm always glad to do the work. I feel joyful waking up a lot of our people. I feel glad teaching our people who we are in the Bible. I feel glad teaching our people that, you know, who we are in history, who we were in the Dark Ages, who we were in medieval Europe, you know. It brings peace and joy to my heart when I do such a thing. And I'm not angry at all when I do it. And the thing is, I know a lot of brothers, again, despite doing the work, obviously they don't have a peace of mind. They're still very angry, wherever it may be. It's like they force themselves to do the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. But the Bible says we can't do the work deceitfully. Okay, we've got to do it. We've got to do it with pure joy. We've got to be excited doing this. Think of it like being a kid where you're going to Disneyland, or you know, you're going to your favorite theme park, or you're going to your favorite restaurant to eat food. You know, you're buzzing, you're excited. You know, because you can't wait. You can't wait to have a lot of fun. You know, especially if you're going to be out for the whole day. Maybe it might be at the zoo. It might be going out out playing football, just doing whatever, just worldly stuff, right? And yeah, you're obviously buzzing, you're excited, you're thinking, yeah, I'm getting dressed up, I'm getting ready to go out, you know, I'm going to be having lots of fun. That's exactly the type of mindset we need to be in as a people. That's the type of mindset we've got to have when we're out in the highways and byways doing the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. You know, we got to be glad, we got to have a zeal to do the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. We got to have a zeal to represent Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. And obviously we've got to do it according to knowledge. Okay, not by our own will and not how we see fit, okay? So that's what we got to take into account. So, you know, little things like that we got to bear in mind, okay? And I'll bring out one final precept. Here's the book of Psalms. Israel. Psalms I lost. Book of Psalms. It's the book of Psalms. Book of Psalms, chapter 1. Verse 1 to 2, starting at verse 1, and it reads, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, Yahawah, and in his law does he meditate day and night. Okay, so it says his delight is in the law of the Lord. Does he meditate day and night? So you've got to see this day and night, you know, because this is what brings delight. This is what brings peace. Okay, this is what brings a peace of mind and a clean heart and a clean spirit. It will alleviate a lot of demons, okay, that we may possess. Okay, and also the case where we've got to depart ourselves from the ungodly, from the sinners, and from the scornful people, because that's what impedes our state of mind in regards to peace. Okay, that's what we got to take into account. So that being said, is, you know, we got to make sure we depart from evil and all the type of wickedness that our people tend to find themselves in. And it's a case where, you know, and it's a case where, you know, yes, sorry, I got thrown off there. Yes, because what a lot of our brothers and sisters tend to do is surround themselves with ungodly people, surround themselves with people that are sinners, people that are scornful. Mostly that doesn't help with our growth, because, you know, because a lot of people are very worldly, and obviously when people are worldly, you can't really afford to combine yourself with those type of people or be in the midst of those people, because trying to combine the world and be spiritual is almost impossible. It doesn't work. That's why I had to stop refereeing on a Sunday, because I couldn't combine the two. I honestly tried it. I tried combining the two, but it just doesn't work out. It just didn't work out, because it was just bringing a lot of anger towards me, and I just don't want to do anything that could impede me from growing towards Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. And I don't want to do anything stupid that could potentially make me miss out on being part of that 144 elect. So again, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. So these are the type of people and the type of things that we got to avoid in order for our peace quality to grow substantially in our spiritual connection towards Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. You know, for that to grow as well, these are the type of things that we've got to avoid. These are the type of people we have to avoid as well. You know, so Israel, please bear that in mind. Please bear that in mind, Israel, okay? So, that being said, obviously, I'd like to say that I hope that the lesson was very edifying. Hopefully, this has been very, I hope this has made you be more courageous, and obviously made you have a zeal to read the word, and obviously continuously seek peace. I hope the information was provided with a good vocabulary, good structure, the way, and hope the information was conveyed accordingly to the point where you're completely edified and you would have sustained knowledge and understanding pertaining to the word. And just in general, hopefully this will make you seek peace, and obviously make you put away all the worldly stuff that are impeding your growth towards Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. So with that, Israel, I'm going to close out and give all praise and honor and glory to Yahawah Hashem Yahushai Waha Rakah Kadash Kum Yashallah. Shalom, Israel. Peace out.